I've had this talent for quite a while. Lots of people ask me, well, I'm going to say this because Will asked me and I told him I'll tell him later. Basically, I learned to do balloon modelling it's 3 years ago now, which seems like a longer time than it is. But yeah, I was away on a Christian camp and we were putting on fun days, and while some people learned face paints and some people learned hair braiding, I learned balloon modelling. Mainly because if a balloon pops in a kid's face, it's okay. If you jab a kid in the eye with a paintbrush, not so okay. And if you screw someone's hair up and like pull things out, that's not okay either. And so I felt a whole lot more confident doing this. But yeah, I was going to do requests, but Bill is looking at me eagerly because he asked me if I could make the Death Star. So, requests to a no-go, I will show you what I can do. Although, sorry? I will.
A giraffe.
I tell you what.
A Dalek.
I have
Star Galactica.
So I will attempt to do a dog with a bobby tail. I forgot how to do this, but when I was doing the light party for the Abbey, my sister reminded me, completely showed me how to put all the parents. So I was like, how do you do this dog? And she was like, bam, 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 bam. I was like, I hate you. Alright, so we start off, this is the doggy head. This can be applied to anything pretty much. You can make out of a dog, you can make a cat, you can make a mouse, you can make a giraffe, you can make a lion. All it takes is a bit of imagination. So I can go, oh, this has big ears, this is a mouse. This has a long neck and it's kind of yellow, so it'll be right. In the end, I can put the legs, nice and separated. Background legs, this one is a bit. Something I don't know. I will just wipe off the tail. She did not want it. Lizzie's reaching for it.
Lizzie, grab it.
Right now. Now, here's another brilliant story. As I say, I was doing the light party for the Abbey, which is brilliant because I can say my pronoun, so I paid to do it. The woman from the Abbey said, oh, let me pay you for your balloons. I was like, not really, I've only used like 50 and a pack of 100's like £3 quid. But she gave my mum a tenner anyway. She came back afterwards and was like, oh, Wendy wanted to give you this. I was like, this is ace, this could buy me like thousands of balloons. But I'm going to be cheap and get mum to buy me them for Christmas anyway. It's that in pants and socks and crockery. So I've reached that awkward age where all your Christmas presents are practical. Right, this is going to be a snake. Now you may think, it is a worship snake, Tim, what are you on about, you fool? But this is the problem that I had when a kid came up to me and I was like, well, what would you like? And it was this little boy and he said to me, I'd like a snake please. And I was like, I looked at my sister and was like, oh gosh, this is basically a snake for a moment anyway. So I thought on the go, as you do. So, you twist it up. If this works. End up with a twisty snake. Now I twisted this a bit more so it was more of a spiral and it was a bit longer. And I placed it around the boy's head. And he ran off quite happy. I was really happy with that. Anyway, right, next thing. I should do a basic flower with this. I would do an apple, actually I would. Right, there's this impressive twist called an apple twist, which basically means you pop this thing inside the balloon and tie it off, so you end up with like a wobble on the inside. But the last couple of times I've done this, I either pop the balloon, or it's not really. Now that is the best I've done all weekend. Usually it goes off to the side and looks like, I don't know, looks like I don't know, a belly button or something. But yeah, so you've got the top of your flower, and then you turn around, one petal, two petals, it's walking out, and 3 petals. If you want to be a bit more impressive, and if you've got a bit of room at the end, you can push the air out so you've got a little thin bit here, and it becomes a bubbly flower.
You do a
dressed in a weird green.
When you do the battles, when you do the best.
It has to be so, like the left of all boring colours. So I will do
like special balloons for this.
Oh, I will show you. This is the kind of balloons we're looking for. Go on eBay rather than to a party shop, because at a party shop you'll pay close to a tenner for 100 balloons. But if you go on the internet, you can find them for like £3. And I bought 300 about 2.5 years ago, and it's done me 2 talent shows now, and at least two kids' parties, and then just all of my messing around trying to work stuff out and practice. So yeah, I tell you, my room at home is littered with brown balloons. They're just everywhere. Because no child wants a brown cat or a brown flower.
I wanted a brown cat.
So if you make a gun. If I make a gun? Yeah. Right, I can do 2 in 1 here, because the gun requires a bit of imagination. So put your, I don't even know, your imagination hats on like you're a 7-year-old or something.
Punches in obviously. We are manning.
It has to be said, swords are quite popular with kids, and guns like that too. I had one little girl come up to me, and I went to her, would you like a cat or a dog, or would you like a flower? And she went, well, I'd like a gun. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Although it wasn't as brilliant as the one girl, little girl, about 3 or 4, comes up to me, she's wearing this nice red dress, and I say, so what would you like? And she said, the tiniest little voice, a bazooka, please. The mum stood over her shoulder, she looked at me and goes, I do not know where she's got this from. I'm sorry. I'm like, that's fine, we'll try. So, this is your sword, this is your favourite colour. Kind of like that. There's a cool sword that you can do like a broadsword, which I will do after I finish this. But I also blagged it with some of the kids that this was like a gun, because if I... Oh, a little handy here. You've got yourself a fairly functional gun. This is what I made for people when they asked me for assault rifles and Tommy guns. Yeah, one of the boys realised that I was trying hard to do everything that they asked me, so he got increasingly more difficult. So at one point I said, you have like 8 balloons, leave me alone. No, just kidding. I was like, these other girls haven't had a balloon yet, you need to let them have a go. And he was like, oh, okay, what you got? Right, second sword, which I learned this week. Now, I've realised, if you go on YouTube and type in balloon modelings, you'll either find a guy in a waistcoat, he's really good, but it's a bit weird, or you'll find a community of freaks, various freaks, and the one that I like the best is this guy who devotes his time to either balloon modelling or RC helicopters, so I never know what I'm going to get. But anyway, there's your sword. It's a bit bent, but I don't know, it's been used for. But yeah, this... So, going around and bashing a kid with this, it's quite good fun. Right, let me think, what should I... Now, there's a love heart somewhere in this room that I did for Jenny earlier. Whoever's got it, can you pick it up? No, it's not, it's there. Everybody look around. Look at the back. I'm not going to make that because it's just shaking and it wastes the balloon, kind of. But Jenny made it for me, and, well, I made it for Jenny because I fancied doing the hot pot. Anyway. She asked me. You do a guitar? I wish I could. Seriously,
Oh, no, you're not here next week.
there are some people out here, you never know.
Yeah, you'll be back.
I will be back whether you like it or not. No, just kidding. You never know what will happen. Right,
You can cook the game.
yeah, it's true. I can just take lessons. I've got the next one. Right. Now, this one may go horribly wrong, because I've only actually successfully made this once, and those of you who were sat with me earlier saw me make this. Yeah, I can't remember who it was that I was sat next to, and you remember when I twisted it, I couldn't look down, and I did the big twist, and I couldn't look at it, because I knew it was going to burst, but it didn't. And okay. Right, let's get this started. Right, this is a two balloon flower. This one involves the most annoying twist of my life, and tying the ends, which is always a pain. Sorry, I'm dreadful at tying these ends. Somehow the guy on YouTube does it with no air in the end. So he like ties the cord to like just a balloon. It's mad. Right. So we have pretty much a lip shape. The guy who showed me this was like, hello, hello. Really, really stupid. Which is why I just did it. Right, so you twist this into Russian third. I tell you, this is one thing I hate about balloon modelling. All of the people who make them seem to like using inches, which really baffles me. I don't like to use inches anymore. But, right. I think that's this. See, didn't look down again. Because that was kept horrifying. But, as I said to all the parents at the Light Council, who were quizzing me by the way, they were like, oh, isn't it really like stressful doing them? But the fact is, the worst thing you can do is pop a balloon. And as Secretary Paul and I said, if you pop a balloon, don't cry about it. You buy them in bags of hundreds for a reason. Yeah. So it's seriously, I have a real big fear of balloons popping. When we played that game yesterday with the pop balloons, I was like, not doing this. But for some strange reason I do this. But that's because you can trust balloons if they're quality. If you buy them for £1,